So now we're going to talk about what happens during filtration and what happens during backwash. The model beside me shows two Type S under drains with media on top of them. The one on the left shows 18 inches of 1 millimeter anthracite and 12 inches of 0.5 millimeter sand. The side to the right has the same 18 inches and 12 inches of media. The main difference is this large gravel section. This IMS cap actually eliminates the need for this much gravel. And during gravity filtration, dirty water comes down through your filter into the anthracite. Now, most of your cleaning happens in the first 6 to 8 inches of your media. This anthracite layer is actually called your roughing layer. It removes the most larger particles of dirt. As it goes down into the sand is actually your polishing layer. It removes the finer particles of dirt. Once it goes through the sand, it goes into the under drain and out to your clear well and to your customers. Now, whenever this media gets dirty, it's going to need backwashed. So let's see a backwash. So now we're going to explain what happens during a backwash. This is actually a very important part of the step. You have to make sure your media is clean to remove the dirt so that you can actually filter the water. What we have here are 3 Type S under drain with IMS cap on top of it. We have 12 inches of sand, 18 inches of anthracite, and what I did ahead of time was I dropped this liquid level down to just above the top of the media. Now, this is actually a working filter. This filter actually filters the water that's inside of our reservoir. So we recirculate our water constantly, and this actually acts like a big pool filter. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and introduce the water. You're going to see an air-water interface appear down here at the bottom. This liquid level is actually going to rise, and you're going to see most of your action happen on the first 6 to 8 inches of your media. Now that the air has been established, most of the cleaning is actually happening on that first 6 to 8 inches, which is very important. That's where most of your dirt is caught inside your filter, and that's you want to break up that surface crust and loosen that dirt up so it gets washed out of your filter. This is the air-water interface inside the under drain. Air is being introduced into the primary section and goes into the secondary section of the under drain, which goes through the IMS cap, through the media, and actually cleans the top surface of your media. Now that the air has been established, we're going to introduce air and water concurrently or at the same time. What this is going to do is it's going to create a phenomenon called collapse pulse, where the bubbles will actually expand and collapse on each other, allowing the media to intermix and clean the media. Now, while we're introducing water to this filter, your liquid level is also rising. So we want to make sure that we shut this water off before the liquid level reaches the top of the trough. If not, we're going to lose media. Now that the liquid level has reached the bottom of the trough, I'm going to go ahead and shut the air off and increase the water to a high rate to fluidize the media and wash out any dirt that's been collected inside. Now we're running high rate water only, and as you can see, the media is starting to expand. It's starting to fluidize, which is allowing the dirt to actually travel through the media and out the top of the trough. The one thing to note is during an air and water backwash, we literally just started wasting water. When you do an air and water backwash, you actually improve your efficiency by 50%. And as you can see, there's a clean delineation between the water that we're pushing through and the water that we're pushing out. The water level above the media is very clean, and it's almost like a big dirt cloud is being pushed out of the filter. After the high rate wash is complete and your filter is clean, you can see the separation between the sand and the anthracite. Because of the specific gravity of the sand actually drops down to the bottom and the anthracite is actually pushed up to the top. Once the backwash is complete, we slowly shut down the backwash water. And you can see a clean line between the sand and the anthracite. Now you're ready to filter.